What is this idea that like you guys do? I feel like there's this overall idea that men don't get like emotionally connected to sex. I feel like there's this idea that we don't have, like, we exchange energy and men are just like, men just deplete women after sex. Like, why wouldn't it be equal on both sides?
I can tell you why.
Is it the chemical release? Is that what you're going to go into?
Nope, we're not even going to get into chemical release. I'll just kind of explain why this is ingrained in human beings. Because women, who are the gatekeepers of sex, they also are the ones who have the children, right? So if men are looking for a woman to have their children, they want to make sure that it's theirs. And we weren't always able to test for whether or not the paternity of your child was your own. So historically, if a woman was not promiscuous and they pair bonded with you, you could be almost assured of the fertility and that the child she's going to have is yours. So that's a way for them to gauge whether or not the child the woman's having is actually your child.
So can you explain to me how that relates to if a man has 100 bodies versus a woman having 100 bodies, how the man can pair bond better than the woman?
Yeah, because the whole point is it's a way for you to not raise, it's like a biological way that's ingrained in men so that they're not raising children which are not theirs due to a woman.
Being promiscuous, is it?
No.
I'm asking.
Yeah, I'm trying to answer. I'm actually answering your question.
You act like I'm not.
I'm saying the reason there's a distinction between the two is because a man can judge better or could judge better before you're able to do paternity tests as to whether or not the offspring the woman was having is actually your offspring. The best test for that is the lack of promiscuity in a woman. That does not apply to a man. Why would it apply to a man? No woman's ever going to be testing a man for the paternity of the child.
You ever seen the Maury show? Girls be confused about their baby daddy. They be confused. They test like 3
I get it, but you're not ever
I'm just answering because you said
you're not
that
ever
going to
be confused as to whether or not the man is having your child. That's the point. Because men can't have children.
Right.
So it would always be for us to test whether or not the baby is our baby. So the more that a woman is promiscuous, that's why the biological drive was ingrained in us to...
So it's not, no, you're fine.
I don't know. I don't even know how else to explain that. If men and women...
I understand what you're saying. Yeah. I'm not really getting what the fuck that has to do with... if you have a bunch of bodies, like man or woman, like you might have a little different...
Before you could do, and this is a recent invention, before you could do a paternity test, before you could figure out through DNA analysis whether or not the baby the woman's having is actually yours, what would be the key things you would look at to make sure that she was actually having your baby and not somebody else's baby and then telling you it was yours?
A calendar?
Well, that would be a good metric. Like, I'm not going to lie, that's a good metric one. Ovulation. But also, she could be sleeping with a person right around the same time, and babies can come early.
So when it
they can come months early.
Judge it off of the pheno.
Well, but you can also judge it based off the promiscuity. So the more promiscuous a woman is, the less likely a man would be attracted to her, because the less likely he's trusting that the paternity of the children that she would bear are going to be his.
Guys do, I'm not going to lie, y'all be wifing up some ran through girls. I see it all the time.
Like 3 baby mamas at one time.
Yeah, I don't. None of that contends with what I'm saying.
Okay,